didn't hit the timer anyway. So let's get going. This is gonna be our hour with Diddy Kong Racing. Fun times. It's a really good game. This is one again. This is one of those games I played a lot when I was a kid. I really enjoy this game. It's a good game. I've only ever completely gone through it once, I want to say, and that's because I find Wizpig incredibly difficult. And you don't even have to only beat him once; you have to beat him twice. But we probably won't even get that far, not in an hour, at least. Even though it's really not all that it's really not all that long of a game. But I'm not the best at it, so we'll see how it goes. Can I skip this? I thought I could skip this, but I can't apparently. That's alright. Oh, I forgot to resize this. I knew I forgot to do something. Where's the dazzle? And the sides are usually fine, unless it's in this game, apparently. Isn't this side fine? Isn't this riveting gameplay, guys? I forgot to resize for the N64. It's my own fault. I also do not remember scary kids chanting in the background. That's something I don't recall. Oh, it's just the way I... Okay. There we go. Yeah, it's fine. I think it's okay. Oops. Okay, there we go. Alright, let's actually start playing the game. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, guys. Don't want to be cutting a bunch of stuff off. Okay, so actually what we're going to do is we're going to turn into a plane because there's 4 balloons that we can get in the overworld here. So we're going to turn into a plane, and we're going to grab those 4 balloons before we head into the first area. Oh, yep. This is what I was talking about. Try that again. Some of these balloons are kind of tricky to get unless you're actually good at the game, you know? There's one. And then there's... Oh no, I remember where they both are. I was trying to remember where they both were over here, but there's one down in the corner here. And there's one behind that log there on the left-hand side. Yeah, let's just float our plane in the water. It's all good. Our third one's gonna be over here. And then our last one's back where we started, and it's conveniently right in front of the first area that we have to go to, which is good. Righty, so this is Dino Domain, as TT just told us. And you're probably wondering, how can TT tell you things if you are playing as TT? And that's a good question. How can TT tell me things if I'm playing as TT? So, DKR is like most kart racers, you know, hold down the acceleration button when you start. You can get a boost. You can drift. Although in this one, it's not quite as intolerant. There aren't quite as many items as, say, Mario Kart or something like that. There's only 4 different types of items, I believe. Rockets, speed boosts, shields, and oil slicks. The cool thing about Diddy Kong Racing, though, is that if you get more than one type of the same balloon, you actually get an increase to whatever power-up that is. So if you get a single blue balloon, you'll get a boost, or if you get like 3 blue balloons, you'll get like a super boost. The other good thing about Diddy Kong Racing is that AI rubber banding is pretty much non-existent. To my knowledge, the game does not have rubber banding, which is great. That's fine with me. I missed the speed boost, which is fine with me. I'm okay with that. So at the end of each race, you get a balloon. I guess kind of like how at the end of each Mario 64 level, you'd get a star. I guess it's kind of like a collective. I mean, it was made by Rare, so it's like a collectathon, a collectathon racing game. Go figure. But yeah, each level in the game you have to do twice. Once to get the first balloon, and then after you beat the boss for the first time, you have to come back and you have to beat it again. Except the second time you go through them, you have to collect golden coins, or sorry, silver coins, in order to get the second balloon for the level. And that's collect silver coins and win the race. It's not just collect the silver coins. I wish it was just collect the silver coins. Bananas here serve the same function as coins would in, like, Mario Kart. My phone is going off. That's probably not good. If it's important, they'll leave a message. Basically, bananas serve the same function as coins would in like Mario Kart, where if you get 10 of them, and I do believe it's 10, you get a speed boost. A gradual speed boost, I should say. Not, like, I don't think it's super massive or anything, but it is a speed boost nonetheless. Okay, I drifted a little too long there and I ended up spinning out, which is something that can happen. But that's only if basically you try to do the same thing you do with Mario Kart, where you do like a drift to give you a boost. If you wiggle the stick too much, you just spin out. Oh, well, it's like, oh, we missed it. I thought we were gonna hit it. There's a trick you can do right at the end of the race. It's really tight. If you press the start button right before... If you press the start button right before you get to the... Right before you get to... Like, right after you pass the finish line, sorry. You can actually skip the cutscene for him giving you the balloon a little quicker. So that bridge that I just crossed there, when I was a kid, I always fell off that bridge. I swear, I have no idea like why I was so bad, but I would always fall off that bridge. That was terrible. Like, I have no idea why, because it's such a big bridge. Like, I have no idea how you even can fall off of this thing. But I always fell off. Like, there's just... I was impressed with myself if I stayed on that bridge. Oh, audio bends. Amarek, please. I need to find... Apparently, there's a new way to get OBS to just, like, directly... like synced up to the Dazzle. When I first got my Dazzle, for whatever reason, you couldn't hook the Dazzle up to OBS because it wouldn't recognize the audio. like, it wouldn't recognize an audio channel, I mean, is what I'm trying to say. But apparently there's some way to do that now that I've just never tried to do. I want to, and the reason I want to switch it off of Amarek is for the audio beds, obviously, but also because if I accidentally knock my Dazzle cord and it becomes disconnected from my computer, as soon as I close Amarek, I'm actually going to get a computer error, and it blue screens my computer, which is a pain in the ass. But yeah, you'll notice that this is the first race we're doing where we're actually in a plane instead of a car. Diddy Kong Racing has 3 different vehicles you can use, which is pretty cool. You can use a car, a hovercraft, or a plane. And the plane, of course, is what we're seeing here. Oops. Good job. The plane, of course, is what we're seeing here. We haven't gotten to the hovercraft yet. We'll be doing that in a couple of races. I can't remember if there are any in the second area that use them. I don't think there is. I think it's just the third area. Well, actually, I think you use them for the second area boss. So we'll see it at that point, maybe. But outside of that, probably gonna be a third area thing. Alrighty, so now that we've done all 4 of these races, we're gonna get a chance to verse the boss. And I remember when I was a kid, again, this was a really, really tricky boss to fight. It was really challenging, especially the second. Like, I think the second form is the one I remember the most. But even the first one, just because as you get higher up on the mountain, you actually, like, the path gets narrower and narrower, so you have to be really careful at the top or you're just gonna fall right off. But yeah, I think the first one here is just a normal race, no pillars, no boulders, anything like that. That's the second time we come back for him. Which oh, there's the boulder. Okay, that totally just turned me around. Apparently I was too quick for the game. But yeah, the second time you verse him, there's a bunch of pillars and stuff that fall down on you as well. I don't know if I'm going to go through the second, I don't know if I'm going to go through, again, I don't know if I'm going to go through the second, fight for the boss, just because I want to try and show off as many levels as I can. So we'll see how that goes. And I'm going to see if I can hit the shortcut here. I'm usually pretty bad at getting it. Not that we really need the shortcut. But I'll try and get it when we get to it here. Oops. Was that lag in a racing game? What? Actually, come to think of it, a lot of racing games have lag. Oops. So yeah, as you can see, he's way behind us there, and like I was saying, our path's getting a whole lot narrower, and I just keep smashing into the side here. We're just gonna lose at this rate. There we go.
Find 8 from each level and win, and then come back to see me.
I've got something special for you.
Alright, so as you can see, we can now get into all the levels again, but the only one we're going to go into is Ancient Lake, because we have to grab the key for the minigame. which is right over here. We don't even have to worry about doing the coin challenge, because I'm not going to do it. But we do need to grab this key over here. Oops, I missed it. So, the cool thing about the keys is that you don't have to finish the race. You can just grab the key and exit the level. So, back to lobby. And this is going to unlock our minigame for this area. There's a minigame in each area of the... in each level. No, I guess each area is the right thing. Outside of the, like, the hub world, there's a mini-game in each area. In one of the levels, there's a key that you have to find in order to open it. Like we just did. And this is the mini-game for Dino Domain, Fire Mountain. We have to collect eggs and bring them back to our... thing here. We have to get 3 of them. They have to hatch. And your opponents can actually steal your eggs before they hatch it, like we're gonna try and do right here. Missed. Dang. It's okay. Oh, someone took one of mine. What the heck? Oh no! I'm not gonna get it now. But yeah, you have to get 3 eggs to hatch before your opponents do. And like I was saying, opponents can steal your eggs, which is a pain. Because, like, if you're trying to, you know, win, having your eggs getting stolen is not a good thing. Just try and get Diddy's. Oh, someone else took it. Okay, good. I think Timber had one. He just dropped one. Alright, so this should be the only one we need. I'm just gonna stay on top of my thing now. I'm gonna grab a heat seeker here in case someone tries to come and take mine. Which may not work now because I am falling. If I'm lucky, it'll just hatch. There we go. So that was the minigame. Super simple. It's my least favorite minigame in the entire thing, because it's the only one that requires you to do something stupid like this. 2 of them are just battle, free-for-all battles, kind of like Bloom battles in Mario Kart. And the last one is just collecting coins and bringing them back to your chest. So it's kind of similar like this one, just you're not in a plane, and people can't steal your coins from you. Which makes it a little easier. Okay, so now that we've beaten the boss, that thing that this dude here was talking about, I think his name's Taj, I can't remember, was a race. So we have to race him around the court here, and if we beat him, we get a balloon.
Hello, Fred. Bye-bye for now.
There it is. There's like where'd my balloon go? Okay, so we actually do need the plane in order to get into the next area, so I kind of wish he would have turned me back into the vehicle I had, but that is not the case.
Bye-bye for now.
This is Snowflake Mountain. First level we're going to go to is Everfrost Peak. This world has my favorite level in it in the entire game, which I think is the next one. So we'll see that when we get to it. And I'm in last. Not anymore. Just went from last to third. It's like Mario Karts, except not. Because in Mario Kart, you'd get hit by an item and you would go from 1st to 12th place. Well, at least in the new Mario Karts. In the old ones, I think there was only 8 positions. So, as a plane, you can actually hit the speed boosts that are on the ground. It's a little tricky, but you can do it. Oops. Didn't want to pick up that missile. Oh well. So you probably noticed here, I'll demonstrate it here. You'll probably notice right there that my engine flame was purple when I went through the speed boost there. It's because I was still holding the A button, but if you let go of the A button before you enter a boost, you'll see that it was green there. It actually gives you a slightly faster boost if you let go of the acceleration button before you hit a speed boost, which is cool. I don't particularly know why that happens. Maybe it's some physics thing in real life. I don't know. But I always thought it was a neat little addition to the game. So this is Waters Cove. This is my favorite level in the entire game. And I missed my boost. This one's a little harder to get the speed boost, I find, than Mario Kart, because Mario Kart there's actually a countdown that you can see. With this one, it's just two things, and it's kind of confusing sometimes. So, funny thing about the ice in this level is that if you hit it, you just bounce back onto the course. The only way you can actually go onto the ice is if you use the hovercraft, which you can't do in the normal game, I don't think. You can do it in multiplayer. You're allowed to use the hovercraft or the car for this race. So one of the things I like about multiplayer is that while in the main adventure mode, it forces you to use certain vehicles and stuff like that. But in multiplayer, if you're just versing people, you can pretty much use every single cart on every course, with the exceptions of ones that require hovercrafts, like water levels. So you aren't allowed to use cars because you'd just be going super slow. And most of those ones I don't think allow you to use planes either. But there are, like, a lot of the ones that allow you to use cars that are just flat planes and stuff. Usually you can use hovercrafts or you can use planes. It's pretty cool. I think I hit an oil slick. I was like, why did I just spin out? Alright, so we're doing Snowball Valley. We're going to grab the key for the minigame for this level first, and then we'll do the race. Oh, I went a little too far. I thought I was a little farther back, but apparently it's right behind here. Oh, back up. There we go. So there's our key. Alrighty, back into the level we go. Oh, whoa, that was a tight turn that shouldn't have happened. Oh god. Oh god. We're doing terribly. I have no idea what happened there with that turn. That was really odd. So for whatever reason, like, none of... Oh, well, one of them did. I was going to say, none of the AI ever seemed to take the path, like the secret path, but that one that was behind me did. The yellow dude. I think that's Bumper, the Badger. But for some reason, maybe it's because it's only the first one, most of them seem to just take the, the normal route. So, the final course in this level is Frosty Village, which is probably one of my least favorite levels in the game. Mainly for the fact that I'm just bad at the Silver Coin Challenge, which is the reason I don't like it so much. It's not a terrible level, and I love the music. I'm just incredibly bad at this stage. What the hell even just happened there? Like, I veered way off to the right there for some reason. So yeah, normal races, usually not too bad. Is there a way to look behind me? I don't think there is. I don't think there's a way to look behind me. I don't remember what it is. Oops. Didn't even need to hit that oil slick in order to spin out. I am a god. I think the reason I'm skidding out is because I'm not turning in time. I think if you keep turning, it's fine, but I think it's because I just don't turn. Whoa. Dang, dude. Spiked. Alrighty, so now we're going to go versus the boss of this world. This is going to be our first instance of using a hovercraft. Oh, that was weird. I was holding down the A button and I wasn't moving. Maybe because I held it down while I was in the cutscene.
Well done. Now I challenge you to a race.
I missed the speed boost. That's fine. The walrus isn't usually too bad. I swear there's a way to look behind you. I don't know what it is, though. I'm not too concerned either way. I just could have swore there was a way to do it. Oh yeah. All that glorious running into things. It's beautiful. That's a tree.
Well done! Now try my new challenge. Collect all the silver coins from the snow world. Collect 8 from each level and win. Then come back and see me.
I don't think I'm gonna do that, Mr. Walrus.
I've got something special for you.
Alrighty, so we're gonna do the mini game, and then we're gonna head out to the next world.
Icicle Pyramid.
So this is Icicle Pyramid, also my favorite battle minigame. Coincidentally, my favorite horse and my favorite battle minigame are both in the same area. And Diddy was just kind of chilling there. Get wrecked, Diddy. Oh, shit. Oh, dang it. So, what I would normally do is just kind of chill up at the top and, what am I doing? Normally what I would do is just chill up at the top and grab, this way, and grab, heat seekers and then just hit anyone who comes by me. Like, just basically wait, because you can just sit under a bloom pretty much. I think Diddy's the blue one. That was close. Dang it, Crunch. Oops. That was some bad turning. It's because I hit the B button all the time as well when I really don't need to. Oh, damn, I hit the wall. Whoa, jeez. Dang, Timber. Dick. Okay, so we just need to take out Crunch, who is currently coming down this way. He's probably gonna come out. He did not. Okay. Coming over here. Now he's coming in. No, that's the minigame. The reason I like this basically is because it's like Bloom Battle from Mario Kart, and Bloom Battle is great. Bloom Battle was awesome. So we just need 2 more pieces of the amulets, which we collect from the minigames from the other 2 stages. So we might get to them. I don't know if that's going to happen. So we're now being challenged to a hovercraft race, even though we've never been in a hovercraft yet. Well, I mean, I guess we were in a hovercraft for the walrus battle, but that's about it. Oh god, I'm not sure if you can actually cut across the middle part there for this one. I'm pretty sure you can, but I feel like the game boots you if you try to. Let's give it a try. Oh, you can. Interesting. I don't know why I thought the game would boot you if you try to go across there. Maybe because you go off the path, but I guess you still hit the flag that tells you to continue on. Because if you do go too far off course, it will just kind of kick you out of the race. The race will just stop. Oops, I crushed a frog. I feel bad. Alrighty, so that's race number 2 done. The next race that we do is with the plane. That'll be the final one. So we're gonna grab this balloon as soon as it decides to descend. There we go. And we're gonna head to the next area. Sherbert Island. This is probably my least favorite boss in the game. I hate this boss. So when we get to it, you'll see why. But I really, really dislike this boss. It's a pain in the butt. This and the boss for the next world. I mean, I like the boss for the next world. I just always found it really challenging as a kid. But I haven't really done it in a while. I'm sure it's still hard to me, just 'cause I'm bad. But I remember liking the final boss, just it being annoying. But this boss is just a pain. I never liked this boss, even when I was a kid. Hey, we're lapping people! The great on rubber band. Oh god, 3rd place is only up there. Jeez, we were really far ahead. Oops. So this is Crescent Island. This is the only course in a complete water world that we use a car for. Or no, sorry, one of 2. This isn't the one I thought it was. One of 2 in this one we use a car for, which means you only use a hovercraft for 2 levels. That's crazy. Plus 2 bosses. But that's crazy that I thought you used it for a lot more than that. That's so weird. Maybe it's just because I played multiplayer all the time. I didn't realize how little you actually use the hovercraft. Also, fun little fact, you probably saw Conqueror right beside us there. This is Conqueror's first appearance. Same with Banjo, I believe. I can't remember if Banjo-Kazooie was already out by the time this came out. But I know Conquer was still being made when this came out. Because this was at the point where Conquer was still a family-friendly character. And they turned him into not so family-friendly. I thought I hit that speed boost, apparently I didn't. Oh, we're going up here, okay. Basically, if you go up there, it's kind of like a shortcut, but not really, because I think it actually takes more time to go up that way than it does to just go the normal way. This right here is a shortcut. I'm just usually pretty bad at getting it, as you can see right there. Alrighty, 2 more levels to go. We got Pirate Lagoon and Treasure Cove, I think it is. Treasure Cave, something like that. But this is Pirate Lagoon. Funny story about this level. When we were growing up, we didn't have our N64 until 1998. So that's 2 years after Mario 64 came out, and this is one of the earlier games that we had for the system. And the only reason I remember that is because I remember my sister had told me there's a secret behind the ship. There's a secret behind the ship, and I thought she was talking about Diddy Kong Racing because we had been playing Diddy Kong Racing a whole lot. So I spent hours in this level trying to find a secret behind the ship. That's stuck up on the rocks there. When it turns out she was actually talking about Super Mario 64, the ship in Jolly Roger Bay. I can't remember what it is. JLR, Jolly Roger. No, wait, JLR is Banjo-Tooie, Jolly Roger Lagoon. I believe it's Jolly Roger Bay. That's in Mario 64, the 3rd level. I can't remember the name of it. But she was talking about the ship in that level and not this level, and I felt like such an idiot after that. But it was really funny. I remember spending hours trying to find some secret that was supposedly behind the ship, and I never found it because it didn't exist. But that's just one of those things, you know, back in the day when there was not a whole lot of access to the internet, you know, just word of mouth. One of those things that you believed, like Mew being behind the truck beside the SSN, or being able to get the Triforce in Ocarina of Time, dumb shit like that. So yeah, apparently you only use the hovercraft for 2 levels in this course, or 2 courses in this level. Sorry, and the boss battle you use it for as well. Alrighty, so you're probably wondering, you're like, Chaos, you didn't get the key for the bonus level, and you're right, I didn't, because I totally forgot to get it, so we're gonna go do that now, before we take on the boss. And because the boss is dumb and I don't like it. So we're gonna go get the, where is it, Crescent Island. We're gonna get the key.
Crescent Island.
Which I can't use a hovercraft for. Make it a whole lot easier, but no, the game's gonna make me go get it with a car. So we have to come down this way. And it's right over here in a little alcove. But seeing as the game hasn't let us use the hovercraft, we just have to come over here with the car. Which is a pain. Don't know how I'm backing up in water. What's happening? We're actually gonna do the bonus level for this one before we do the boss fight. This bonus level as well is like Balloon Battle, just it's on water.
Darkwater Beach.
Darkwater Beach. I believe there's a... There it is. I was gonna say, I think there's a rocket behind me. is actually one of those really easy ones where I think I can actually just fire rockets from here. Back up, please. And I should be able to target people, provided they're close enough. Or get target. Targeted, sorry. Not get target, that makes no... Diddy, you dick, get out of here. But, you know, staying in one place is kind of boring. Gotta take a crunch. Boom, game done. That one did not take as long as Icicle Pyramid did. But that's because it's a lot more open. I mean, Icicle Pyramid has three levels to it, so trying to find people can be kind of tricky sometimes. Alrighty, let's do the boss. Okay, so if I'm lucky, I can stay in front of him. The big issue I always had with this guy was his bubbles. So if I can stay ahead of him, then I should be fine. Because he drops... Well, actually, I don't think he drops bubbles in this one. He drops, like, little spike things that you can hit, which is a pain. Don't hit the tree! But I think it's his second form. That's the big issue for me. Because it's just a whole lot harder. I think his second form is the one that drops the bubbles. This one just drops spikes. I am catching up to them too. And I passed them. So I'm going to start running into them. Hopefully not actually running into them, because that would suck. Ah, dang it, ran into that one. So that wasn't too bad. We managed to beat him, that's good. So we're gonna head into the final area now. Which we don't need a hovercraft to get there, but seeing as I already have the hovercraft, I'm just gonna use it.
Well done, try my new challenge. Collect all the silver coins from my wall. Find 8 from each level and win. Then return to me.
Wrong way. The exit is over here. You know, the big door that says exit. Oh, we're gonna end up as a plane. Okay, that's fine. We can use the plane to get in, that's okay. I do not remember the path for this one. I think we go through here. Yeah, we do. Outside of that slight change, it's the exact same route as the hovercraft route. Oh, too far. trying to be fancy now, you know, a little embellishment in my driving. Or my piloting, I guess. Plane.
Hello, bye-bye for now.
Alright. So, our final level is going to be right over here. Hidden right behind this waterfall. And I always mess up which one. I remember when I was a kid, I'd always mess up what waterfall this is behind, because there's a few of them. I'd always go through the wrong one, and I would just smash right into a wall instead of going into a secret passage. So to my knowledge, this is the only level that you use a plane for, if I remember correctly. Thinking about it, there's actually a course in this level as well that you use the hovercraft for. So that's another one you use hovercrafts for. But that's still not a whole lot. Though, I mean, I guess it's more than the ones you use planes for, which is this one. That's about it. I wish I knew how to look behind me, and I don't know how. I'm so used to playing Mario Kart. I'm like, gee, I want to see who's behind me and how close they are, but I can't do that, apparently. I'm so glad that I can't skid out in a plane. That would just be awful. I can run into things though. Just thing. Again, I cannot hit that speed boost for some reason. Righty. 3 more courses to do. I don't think we can get them all done in the 5 minutes we have left, but we'll see. Greenwood Village. I remember this being a really hard coin challenge level as well. Oh, dang it. I think Diddy just fell through there. Dang, I gave Diddy the secrets. I didn't want to give him the secret. I wanted the secrets. Get back here. Oh, I wasn't close enough, dang. Diddy, get back here. There we go. That's what I wanted. So yeah, that took us about 2 minutes. I don't think we're gonna get the. I don't think we're gonna get them done. Probably get one more done. Boulder Canyon. This is the level that the key's in. There's a drawbridge that you have to raise, and once you raise the drawbridge, you have to go back and the key's at the top of it. Like this. Also, totally dicks players over. Because if that drawbridge raises and they're too far behind it, then they get pushed into a little moat there because they can't cross and they have to go around. But I don't think that happens with computers because the game sucks and doesn't want to apply that to a computer AI. Like, I didn't get either of those speed boosts. That was terrible. No! I didn't go fast enough. I think I need the speed boost to do that. I was hoping I'd be able to get the key and still win the race, but I kind of missed. I would have been able to, too. But I didn't use my speed boost like I should have, which was to get up the bridge. I don't think I used my speed boost, at least. Try this again. See if we can get it. Again, just not quick enough. It's okay. Okay, we're gonna go and we're gonna try and get this key. So what we need to do is, I think we need to wait for it to lower itself, and then we can go back. So let's try like this, and there's our hour with Diddy Kong Racing. There we go. There's our hour with Diddy Kong Racing. That was fun. That was fun.